Dirty truck, and I'm up. Somebody going to jail at Hertz. Because you stealing. Because you stealing. The week of 11/27 till December 5th. Now, your vehicle at Hertz is already paid for in advance. At the time I walked into Hertz on that Tuesday to update my form of payment and extend my vehicle from there, that vehicle had already been paid up until that 4th. To extend it, I had to extend it on December 4th. But we couldn't extend it. I had to call up there and tell them that that form of payment that they had to extend it had to be closed out due to theft of money out my bank account that I had been calling. And I've been on here telling y'all I've been calling to find out why you charged me $367.55. 57 cents. I called up there. Hertz said they don't see what we billed you, $367.57. We do see what we billed you, $215 for when you had the lockout, but he removed that. I don't see $367.55. That's what he kept telling me. I called Uber. They told me to call Uber billing. That's back when Uber billing was answering. Now, since all this glitch shitness started, now you can't get the Uber billing. I called Uber billing. The same department I called that sent that goddamn guy out there for the lockout. That took the keys back from me and threw that motherfucker back in the car and locked that fucking car up. Because he couldn't wait till they answered the phone to give him his payment. That was all that same week. I remember getting a message to my phone on that Monday. That the car had auto-extended. That Monday would have been 11/27. I remember that week because that's that week I reported the 367 as fraud. Because I ended up reporting it by that Tuesday. By the time I walked in there on the 5th, it had been reported. Because I gave Hertz till Friday to see if that money returned to my account. And when it didn't, I got my bank to investigate because the story didn't sound right. They started telling me it was a glitch. I remember that week. That's all that same week. That whole week, when I add up 367.55 and that 140.52, you took $508 from me unauthorized. Unauthorized. That whole week. My car payment is only $285. 1 minute is $285. That day I tried to extend it because the message said pay $285. The message said to have $285 in the account. Then when I tried to auto extend it this week, she said, you got to pay $286. I said, it was $285 a minute ago. She said the dollar is because you had to do this. It did this. No, it ain't. The auto extend said $285. That's how they caught you. You busted. You didn't give me an invoice for the $367.55. I called Hertz, the location. They told me to call Uber. Uber didn't bill me that. Hertz didn't bill me that. They didn't bill me $367.55. I remember that day. On that Monday, I had got an auto extend message that my vehicle had auto extended. That was on 11/27. I got an auto extend message that the vehicle had auto extended. And then turned around on that Tuesday, I look at my bank account and see they took $367.55. I didn't get no message about that. I never got a message. So I called up to Hertz. That's the week that glitch story just mysteriously appeared. I said, you took $367.57 out of my account. They said, we don't see where we billed you that. They said, well, we're looking at the matter. They said, told me that something about a computer glitch. Give us 24 hours and then we're looking into it. They're looking into it now. We don't really know. They didn't know it was a glitch at the time. They wasn't telling me glitch at the time. They said, we're looking into the matter at the time. You're not the only one. That's what they told me when I called. So the next day I called. Now they're telling me it's a glitch story. I said, I didn't get the money back. What's going on here? I didn't get the money back. They said this computer glitch that infected 6,000 people. That's what they told me. Give them to Friday. Friday, still no money. Now, I done contacted my bank by now. I don't believe this glitch story. That's how Huntington Bank got involved to investigate that 367.55. And I told you that they sent me a letter saying that those charges was valid. Who did they talk to? I don't have an invoice. Hertz say they didn't charge me that. Uber said they didn't charge me. That was all that same week. So when they couldn't tell me why they charged me $367.55, I called the bank. They said, well, if you're gonna close the account out, if you're gonna file fraud charges for the $367.55 for us to investigate, we're gonna have to close the card out. So I told them to wait. Give them a couple more days to see if it pop up, the money get back in my account. The money didn't. When I walked in that bank on December 5th, my card had already been closed. And that's how the new contract got created. That's why the new contract got created. You didn't just steal, bill me $140.52 on it was unauthorized payment on a closed debit card. No, that's that same week that you charged me $367.57, $367.55 rather. That's the same week. This the glitch week. This the glitch week. And matter of fact, if you don't believe me, I'm finna pause this video and go get the letter from the bank where they said they did their investigation and the charges were valid. I'm going to pause the video. If you don't believe me, here's the letter from the bank. This is from Huntington Bank. As you can see, that say Huntington. What that say? That's December 22nd. The letter about the 140.52, they got my money back because it was an error. It was an unauthorized charge you took out of my account. See, this is the way Hertz operate. You get a notification of what they finna bill your card prior to billing. When they auto-stand their card, you get an auto-standard message. You get a message letting you know they had the funds in your account. You get a prior message. Then they'll turn around and give you a message that day it's for the auto-extend. That's because I knew something was wrong. I'm like, how did my auto-extend change from Tuesday to Monday? And all that happened after that guy claimed he removed the car off the account. A car I didn't see. A car that I didn't see. Where's the car? He gonna tell me you can't see it. I can't see it. No, you still in here. And you busted. Here's the bank letter. What's the date of that transaction? 11/27. Ain't that Monday? Ain't that the same week they claim I owe them $140.52? Ain't this the same week? Ain't that the same week of the invoice? 11/27. How do I owe you $140.52 when you took $367.55 from me? The transaction date was 11/27/23. When I saw it posted on my account, it said 11/28. That's when it popped up on the account. My bank account. $367.55.
Here at the Magnate, we pride ourselves on discretion.
You see that? Okay, what the bank say? Thanks for contacting us about your debit card transaction. Reference at the location. Reference at the bottom of this letter. We have completed our research on the transaction in question and have determined that it was authorized. The information you provided about the transaction is inconsistent with other information we found during our research. You have the right to request the documents we relied on to make this determination. The documentation should have been sent with this letter. That's what it should have been. But they didn't. Hertz rental car charged me $367.55. On 11/27. You don't make two payments. You're going to charge me 11/27, $367.55. Told me they didn't bill me when they should have been charging me $285. $285. So what's $367.55 minus $285 minus $285? Why'd you charge me $367.55?
Congratulations.
Who killed Astor?
That's not even the toll bill amount. Then you turn around. When I closed the account on the 5th, somehow billed me $140.42 on a closed debit card, claiming I kept the vehicle an additional day. See the date? Ain't that the date of the week 11/27 to December? The billing date is 11/27 because I told you my original contract billing was on a Monday. This $367.55 popped up in the account. On Monday, I got a text message that my vehicle had auto extended. Then Tuesday, when I checked my bank account, I saw I was billed $367.55. I didn't get no auto extend saying they was finna bill me that. Nothing. Hertz was paid. And that Monday, 11/27, that money that they got there, the car was paid for up until December 4th. So why does that invoice that they have not reflect that you got $367.55? That's the money they stole. You charged me $367.55, and there's no, where's the invoice for it? I called the location. I done made several videos about that. Contacted the bank to investigate. They put a temporary credit back into my account while they investigated. They put a temporary credit of $367.55 back in my account. And when they concluded their investigation, they sent me a letter. I got the letter after I seen the money came back out, saying the charge was valid. I said, who did you talk to? Who told you the charge was valid? Now, the letter says to contact the bank. It says, you have a right to request the documents we relied on to make this determination. When I called the bank back to ask them, who did you talk to make this decision saying it was valid? Those charges are not valid. And I told them to reopen the case. And that's when I found out that they hadn't reopened the case. It was something funny about that charge in the first place when I started reporting it to the bank. I remember that. I talked to that woman on the phone to report those charges, to file fraud. She told me for us to do that, we're going to have to close out the debit card. So I told them, hold on. Let's give them a couple more days to see if the money show back up in my account. That's what I told the bank. Then when I filed the fraud charges to investigate with the bank, I did it over the phone. I remember it was a Caucasian lady that took the report. I hadn't heard nothing from the bank, and I know they processed to put a temporary credit back in your account. None of that took place. So I decided to go into the branch located on Woodward. I went into the branch, and that's when the lady looked it up and seen there's no dispute file for $367.55. I remember that week. This is something that's going on with the bank and Hertz. I remember that week. She told me there was no dispute file. She said she showed no record that I talked to anybody to file that dispute. Talking to me like I made the damn shit up. I said it was a Caucasian woman that I spoke to.
Then help me take down Valeria.
Because I remember that week. I also had some Klarna charges popping up in my bank. From Klarna. That was identity theft. That was Klarna. Hold on. I'm going to go get the bank thing about that if you don't believe me. I got another letter. Huntington Bank. I'm going to let you see. Huntington Bank dated December 14th. This is another letter where I had them about to investigate in 367.55. What it say? The same thing. We previously issued a temporary credit to your account on December 5th. Because the transaction is valid, that credit amount of $367.55 will be deducted from your account on December 21st, which it was. Until that day, you have access to this temporary credit. They removed it back out of my account. You have the right to request the documents we relied on to make this decision. This is for a transaction dated 11/27/23. See, they dates. Hertz dates kept changing. The date of that popped up on my account 11/28 because I filed a police report. Now, those are two letters you just saw where I had an investigation. You see the letter where they put the temporary credit in there and told me they was removing it on December 21st. The other letter dated 11/27 on December. Wait a minute, that letter is dated. The other letter is dated December 22nd. Again, telling me the charges was valid.
She's desperate.
From a transaction on 11/27. Don't that invoice say 11/27? I told you, your rental car is paid for in advance. When I went in there on the 5th to update my form of payment, that was to pay for another week. You pay for your week in advance. You don't pay for it at the end. So I don't know why they were telling me I owed them anything. They owe me money.